Do you know that some lace fabrics are actually named after some cities in France? Number one of such is what? Alençon lace. Number two, to be continued right after the break. Yeah. You are most welcome to the channel today. I remain Joke Toluanisetro, your fashion business coach. And if today is your first time of coming by this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I want to say thank you to all that have been doing this. So let's jump right into the discussion today. We're going to be considering some lace fabrics that are named after some ancient cities. And like you rightly heard me say, number one is what? Alençon lace. Alençon or Point d'Alençon is a needle lace that originated in northwest Alençon, France in the 16th century. It's sometimes referred to as the queen of lace because it requires a very high level of craftsmanship. It takes very long time to produce this Alençon lace, about 7 hours per square centimeter. Little wonder in the year 2010 it was added to the UNESCO list of intangible cultural heritage. This lace making process comprises of number of series of stages, and you won't believe that each Alençon lace maker knows how to complete all these stages. And this knowledge is translated through practical apprenticeship. For you to become a master in Alençon needle lace making, it requires about 7 to 10 years of training. And the method of training, it's usually dependent on the person training you. It's usually verbal, oral training, and practical teaching. A rare workshop was established in the town during the reign of Louis XIV to actually produce this Alençon lace. This was done with the motive of reducing French courts' dependence on expensive imports. So, what does it tell those of us here in Africa? France, they never wanted to be spending more on imports. So they had to put their home in order. Alençon town in northwest France was dedicated to the production of Alençon lace fabric, and they've preserved it over the years. So what is this telling us? Are we preserving our own heritage right here on the soils of Africa? African fabric of antiquity, which is Ashoke, which has its birthplace in Iseyin, yes, in southwestern Nigeria or your state. And right now, China is even about mass producing it. And I'm not sure there are people to rise up to the challenge of saying we have to preserve this our heritage. And kudos to France. That's one thing they've done. They've been able to preserve the production, the local production of this Alençon lace. Do you feel our cultural heritage right here in Africa in terms of our fabric should be preserved? How do you think we can go about this? If you have anything to say on this, kindly leave your words in the comment section. Alençon lace is the perfect option for the more conventional bride because it's really traditional, vintage, and it gives that touch of royalty to the gown, to the dresses. So Alençon lace can be used for bridal dresses and what have you, yes. And the last but not the least that I want to consider today is what? Chantilly lace. Yes, Chantilly lace is also named after a city in France, and that city is Chantilly. Chantilly lace is a handmade bobbin lace, and it dates back to the 17th century. The famous type of these lace were produced in 18th century and some later in 19th century, but right, not really in Chantilly, but that was produced in the city that is now known as Belgium. The best of these Chantilly laces were made of silk. Yes, we have black Chantilly laces that were worn for mourning. Then we have white Chantilly laces too that are good for bridals, and you could use as underlay and whatever. Chantilly laces are made from braided twisted lengths of thread, and it has delicate flower designs and a net background. It's really a vintage fabric. It's suitable for bridal dresses, for bridals that love vintage and the likes. Chantilly laces are very good vintage pieces. They can be used as overlays, they can be used for flower skirts, gowns, or for vintage dresses. So, and that is it on the show today. Please do remember to place a comment on the question that was asked earlier. What do you think Africans should do about our cultural heritage? Should we preserve it? And if we are to, how should we go about this? Because China is already going into the mass production of this heritage. Ajire is there. That one's birthplace is from Abeokuta. Different things are being done. But what are we doing? How are we coming up to this? We'd like to hear from you in the comment section below. Yes, till I come your way next time, I remain Joke Tolu and etc. Catch you. Love you. Bye bye.